I don't believe God exists. This is giveaway. I'm sorry. I don't believe God exists. That was another one. Prove to me that God exists. Show me evidence of God's existence. Don't be like, be like, sure, I'll definitely do that. That's going to throw them off. Totally do it. Who cares? Because you do have proof, and I'm about to give it to you. All right. It's called the Preconditions of Intelligibility. You use it. They use it all the time, every day of their life. Every time they walk out their door or get up in the morning, when they breathe, they're using these. Okay, I'm about to explain it. The first precondition is absolute morality. Okay, absolute morality exists. We know absolute morality exists because if you give somebody a really hardcore or crazy scenario like torturing babies for fun. When is it okay to torture babies for fun? Never, unless you're a psycho, right? And we can both agree that you have to be a psycho to say it's okay to torture babies for fun under any circumstance, absolute truth exists. Oh, there are no absolute truths. Well, that person just made an absolute truth statement. So, well, that's an absolute truth statement you just made. So anything. We do know truth. We have truth. We know that something can be true, laws of logic. A car can't be that's the third one. A car can't be inside the garage and outside the garage at the same time. We know that to be true. It's a laws of logic. We have that common ground. We know it exists. We know that happens. We have those preconditions. Uniformity in nature. I'm giving you four. There's technically just three. It will be absolute morality, laws of logic, and uniformity in nature. But I like to add absolute truth because that kind of coincides with absolute morality. All right. So uniformity in nature is not to be confused with uniformitarianism. Uniformitarianism is rates and conditions has never changed in the whole world, and we know you don't have to mention this stuff, but we know that is not true because of the global flood and things might have been different then. We have fossil records of huge cockroaches the size of a surfboard. It's crazy. We got some crazy stuff out there we found. All right, but either way, racing conditions have not been exactly the same. So we're not promoting uniformitarianism. We're promoting uniformity in nature. When you go outside, you can trust tomorrow that the gravity is going to work in your favor and not send you offline into space. We have that control. We know that there's control and uniformity in nature. So those are the three preconditions of intelligibility that prove God's existence, that prove that God exists. Okay, that is a more detailed answer to prove God exists. Obviously you've got the minor ones where you can just say, hey, look at that building. How do you know there's proof that there's a builder? The building is the proof there's a builder. What if you find a painting in the middle of the woods? I think we've talked about this before, but that would be kind of a minor one. But if they're intelligent and they're going to be asking you these questions or seem to be like having like a book smart kind of intelligence, like a college student, they're going to ask you those questions and they're going to expect the preconditions of intelligibility answer, which now I gave you, so it's super easy. Now, when they say, well, those could exist without God, ask them to show you an example of how that can exist without God. Especially use absolute morality because that's the easiest one. That's the strongest one, because how can you justify, I know it's wrong, but how can you justify within your worldview, without God, that torturing your baby is completely wrong no matter what circumstance?